Hello everyone, I'm making another video. For those of you who are waiting for a Geek Code video, don't worry, they are coming. I have recorded video game footage from next video, but I'm just finishing my master's degree right now, so I have to focus on deadlines and all that, so sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, but if you look at my other Digger318 channel, I have been uploading quite a lot of videos. So anyway, for this video in particular, I'm not like reviewing or anything. Those of you can, there's reviews everywhere. You know, if it's good or bad, it's a GTA knockoff. Well, it's a GTA clone, of course, but is it any good? I mean, my 2 cents is the game is enjoyable, but there's a lot of gripes with it that you think shouldn't happen in an open world game anymore. For example, silly invisible walls or things that just don't look right. But yeah, this is just me playing from a Hong Kong perspective, because I come from Hong Kong and I've been living there all my life. Even though I study in the UK, I go home for holidays, and I live specifically on Hong Kong Island, which is what the map is based on. And so I just want to give my perspective on how accurate the game is representing Hong Kong. First of all, the people in the game swear a lot more than what you would hear, which is, it's funny in stuff like GTA because it's a fictional city. I know GTA, Liberty City is pretty much New York City, but whereas it's funny in there, it's not funny here. It's kind of annoying because I know people don't. I mean, people might say angry words like "God damn it," but not saying "fuck you" all the time. It just doesn't really happen. It might happen eventually because people from mainland China are, well, less. I don't want to sound like I'm stepping down on people who live up north, because there are nice people up there, but a lot of them are not as well educated. You know, they spit everywhere they go, or they blow snot onto the street, and they don't follow Hong Kong rules, which is annoying. I think they own the place, even though, I mean, it's like Scottish people going down to London and not following London behaviours, and you know, I don't know what a Scottish rude thing to do would be. But yeah. Anywho, yeah, things about this game. First of all, while the minibuses are in this game are accurate, you know, the green and red ones, and I like the stickers they stick on there. It's very samey as what you would see in Hong Kong. They've only put the newer, sort of quote unquote better for environment minibuses that run on. I think they're kind of like hybrids, so there's less gas and fumes while they're driving, because that's all aligned, because the factories to produce the energy are causing these fumes anyway. So there's no fumes in the street itself, but the fumes back in the factory. But the point is that they don't have the classic minibus, and that really irritates me, because it's a classic minibus I've been in all my life, and those classic minibus are still the majority of minibuses around here. Now it's cool in that it presents Hong Kong in a cleaner way, but it's not true. Second annoying thing is the red taxis are cool because they're correct, but why are there green and blue taxis on Hong Kong Island? The only time you ever see green or blue taxis is that they're, you know, at the harbour, where, you know, because green taxis are for new territories and blue taxis for the other part of Hong Kong, you know, up where Kowloon is and all that. They're not for Hong Kong Island. So the only reason you would see a green taxi, like I said, from the harbour or other transport, is that you get on those taxis and they'll drive you back to the new territories, you know, far away. Or if you find a red taxi in new territories, that will drive you back to Hong Kong Island. That's how it works. So they shouldn't, like, there should be only maybe one or two. Not, I see them quite often, and that really bugs me. Next thing about transport is every single bus is the same one. While the bus looks like a new bus, with the white and orange and green, every single one of them is 307 going to the same place. And what makes it even sillier is that every single tram, the electric trams, are also going to the same place with the same number. That's just stupid. They couldn't get a second picture? what next? Oh yeah, here's a gripe. If your bike falls down, you can't pick it up and drive it. So you've lost your bike. Which happens often because bikes have two wheels and they tend to fall over if something hits them. There's no subway, which is really annoying because it's like a staple of Hong Kong. Come on, all the GTA games have subways. Why can't this one have it? I mean, even just the station, if you can't, even just the entrance, you can't go in. It's not there. It's wrong. Here's another thing I've noticed about driving. If you're standing in the middle of the street, you hear people saying, "Oh, where do you learn to drive, you dickhead?" You know, in the Chinese equivalent. Which is funny because A, I'm not driving a car, and B, I am standing in the road. So telling me where I learned to drive has no significance. So that's an annoying thing. Another thing is, while a lot of the shops and signs are really accurate, because they're not actual brand names, you know, they're slightly altered pictures or copies of brand names, is that underneath, I remember some of the signs don't match the shop. For example, a shop that looks like it's selling electronics would say noodle bar, or a shop that looks like it's selling clothes would say scrap metal. The English signs don't get wrong, so clearly they didn't have a Chinese person sitting there checking all their signs. I question if they actually had a single Hong Kong or Chinese person on the game development team, you know, telling them what's going on. Yes, they had Hong Kong actors and to do the voices, and they have they have Chinese music, which I'll get back to in a minute. But how can they get so much of the details so correct and yet it takes you out when you see a signpost like that that's completely wrong. It feels very amateurish. I mean, this is their first try making a Hong Kong open world game, so kudos to them. You know, I'm not saying I'm not saying that they're dicks or anything. Great job. I'm having fun with this game. But if they were to make a sequel, I'd say fix all of these things. You know, get it accurate. Make the map bigger as well. But let's get to that in a minute. Let's go back to the music for a sec. One of the radio channels on this game, first of all, I have found no button to turn off the radio, which is very, very stupid. I mean, on GTA, you press the D-pad down or something, and then the radio shuts off. You can't do that. You got to go to main menu and say car radio music off, which is tedious and annoying. Why can't they put that in? It feels like such a simple thing for game maker. I'm not saying I can do it, but I don't make games. People who make games should know how to do this. And second thing, I listened to one of the Chinese advertisements on the radio sound those are very correct. That's well done. You know, they sound like adverts I'd hear. Because I hear them when I'm in the minibus or on a taxi in Hong Kong, and those are spot on. Of course, there's the arbitrary English words that they stick in there, because after all, this is a game marketed for English-speaking audiences. So, as annoying as that is, the adverts do sound authentic. However, the music. Now, I've never been a fan of Hong Kong music because, frankly, 1 out of 10 people who sing in Hong Kong can actually sing. The rest of them are either computers, or if they're women, they're complete whores because they slept with 50 people to get an album out. And I'm not really. If I'm exaggerating that, I'm probably only exaggerating. Actually, they slept with 49 people. There's this famous story of one of the singers having a ping pong ball stuck up their vagina, for entertainment purposes, and her media persona is innocent. Yeah, right. Anywho, the music, but I'm not a fan anyway. I can understand why some people might like it, and but the music on this game, I'm not sure they got someone else to sing it, because it was like a Chinese imitation of American music. So it's like Chinese gangster rap that's sounding like American. For those of you who've heard Chinese rap, it doesn't work. You can't really rap in Cantonese or Chinese, especially Cantonese, because Cantonese is a very rough and harsh dialect. But and we use, you've seen Chinese, we use characters. We don't use long words. Each character is a single syllable. It just sounds weird, and this rap is also very stupid. They just saying the names of these territories and say, I own Kowloon, I own Hong Kong, I own Causeway Bay. I feel embarrassed just saying that. It's like if you live in England, it's like I own London, I own Birmingham, I own Bath, I own Bristol, I own Plymouth. That's not a rap. And he just keeps it sounds very stupid. And if you don't know Chinese, you will listen to that and go, oh, that sounds pretty cool jingle. Whatever, that sounds really stupid. Whoops. But if you do know Chinese, you go, hey, wait a minute, this is actually retarded that I'm listening to this. But oh well, I can't turn off the radio. Thank God for the classical channel and the Chinese smooth beats, because those, like this one I'm listening to now on the game, it's just classical Chinese style music with no singing. Yeah, it's just fine. So well done for putting those in, but my God, the other ones are just a bit, ugh. What the hell are they trying to rap? It's annoying. Okay, so back to the before I get to the layout map, because I got a lot to talk about that. Just about a few other annoying things is Hong Kong Island is right across. You got Victoria Bay and Victoria Harbour, or however you want to call it, and right across it is Kowloon. So if you go to the north of this game, there's nothing there. Even in the terms of, I mean, can't they just put an invisible wall and stick a picture of Kowloon on the other side? Because the game itself, it doesn't make sense. Where are all these shops and merchandise coming from if this is just a single... How is a city like this on a single island in the middle of nowhere? I feel like they put Hong Kong in the middle of Bermuda Triangle with nothing around. It's weird, it's odd, it doesn't make sense. Stick a bloody picture on the other side. Have tunnels that blocked off, like GTA 3. That's years ago. Again, it is. GTA 3 doesn't feel like it's an isolated island because of those invisible tunnels that you can't, get through. They are there. Here, it's not there. I feel like I'm playing in the giant theme park. So that's that. Whew. Now, in terms of aesthetic of the city, this game fits best, again, for people who might have visited Hong Kong once or twice, seen pictures of Hong Kong, or watched the Hong Kong movie. Now, for those of you who lived there, or know the layout of Hong Kong, knows that the streets are completely wrong and inaccurate. Here's the thing. Originally, this game was not a true crime game, but it was later adapted into one. Now, like or hate true crime games, one thing that was good about them was that the map represented a real life map. The streets were accurate, there were street names everywhere. Streets of LA was amazing because not only was it tongue-in-cheek and it was fun in its own right, it took a small part of LA, and I can't take the entire LA because that's a really big place, but it took a section of LA. It's like looking at it's like they took Google Maps and then, just made it into a 3D game. And that's great. They haven't done that here. Now, I don't know why, but maybe they changed it again after Activision said no more true crime, and then, it was altered. But none of the streets are right. Not a single street. I can't even... There are a few famous landmarks that they're stuck in random places. Central is a mixture of Central, Causeway Bay, and Wan Chai. And Admiralty. It's a complete mess. I know that. Occasionally I'll be driving along and hey, there's a split second of me recognizing an area, and then as soon as I turn around, it's completely different and it's wrong. And now you can see here, I'm at the Peak. The Peak is a famous tourist attraction. And look at this. This is a complete disgrace. First of all, you can't take the Peak tram in this. It's closed. Second of all, this isn't the Peak. I should be putting a picture up here now in the video editing. That's what the Peak looks like. And you know that really famous, you might have seen on postcards or wallpapers, the famous Hong Kong, night city look. You can't see that here. And that is a huge, huge disappointment. Not only that, this place isn't even populated. This is just a lot of you can't go in nearly half the, but I think about 10% of the buildings you can actually go in. Look at this place now. Look at it. Look at the lovely view the game is giving us. It's a joke. None of the buildings. Look, if you're gonna stick Central, that's fine. Make Central. Take a part of Central and do that. But no, they called Central a mixture of a bunch of different. They just took random bits and placed it here and there wherever they like. The roads make no sense. The buildings make no sense. Why are they even there? It's all wrong, and you can't even use these what do you call them? Those tourists paid binocular view machines. Maybe they're embarrassed for us to look closer at this view. I have to say the rubbish bins are very nice, oddly enough. But yeah, this is terrible. Please, if you're making a sequel, please do it more correctly. This is your first chance, first time that you've done this. I hope this game opens the door to hopefully a second Hong Kong-based open world game, because I'd like to see an open world Hong Kong where it actually represents parts of Hong Kong. $15 ice cream. Now, only the highest quality and most expensive brands get $15. Usually ice cream are like really, really cheap. You can get $2 ice cream from McDonald's, which is it actually tastes really good as well. So if you're ever in Hong Kong, go to McDonald's and get a $2 ice cream. I don't know if it's like $3 or $4 now, but it's actually really good. But yeah, so here's what I don't get. They couldn't do the Hong Kong Peak and the shopping centre and the attraction points, but they put the weather tower at the top, because this place is accurate, kinda only. So they can put this place here, but not put the peak here. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Oh, look at those pop-ins. I am playing on full settings, by the way, with the free high resolution texture pack, which should be in the game, by the way, and why should I have to download it? That's one thing about this game. It requires Steam to install, even if you buy a retail copy. And after it installs halfway, it still has to download the other half of the game, which is just stupid. I don't want to walk into a shop and buy a Steam only game. Why buy it from a shop then? I mean, it saves me a little bit of time and it's slightly cheaper somehow, because I bought it from Amazon. But it annoys me that I can't play this game unless I go online once, when this game doesn't even have a single online feature. I bought the limited edition that comes with the extra clothes, which that's fine. But the police thing, the extra police mission, is about 2 minutes long. So if you ask me if it's worth it, no, it's not. You can't use any of the police equipment from the DLC outside of that mission. And the DLC doesn't even tell you how to access the mission. I had to Google it and go, oh, there's actually a mission task there. Which, okay, I mean, you can get access to it quite easily, but you can't, if you don't pay attention, like, you don't look at the map and read it, you don't see it. Oh, and here's the thing, yes, you can, the game stops your car moving, as if in GTA, if you're going to pick up a customer and pretend that you're a taxi driver for a little bit. But you can't actually do taxi driving. The customer gets on the taxi and just says, oh, ho, I'm not actually a taxi driver. So why do you freeze my taxi and not let me get out or drive? It's annoying. Which brings me back, why aren't there any passengers on minibuses? Why aren't there passengers on trams or other, or the normal buses? Mafia had those. Mafia had people on them, you know? And that's a really old game. Yeah, this park is not in Hong Kong. This isn't Yeah, this doesn't exist in Hong Kong. There isn't a big hospital like that in Central. There's no wet markets here. There's a wet market street, but no building that has wet market stuff. So yeah, you can't do any of the little cheeky stuff like being passengers of it, being the driver of any other passenger transport. Yeah. See that building look in the left right now? I know that building. That building is in Admiralty. And it's further north, not this south. Okay, these bridges here, the pedestrian bridges, are a nice touch. And yes, they are in Hong Kong, makes me feel very Hong Kong-y. But most of these bridges lead to nowhere. Whereas ones in Hong Kong, they're actually attached to buildings. If you're in Central, you can actually stay out the rain completely by going on these bridges. You go on a bridge, you go through a building, there'll be another bridge, and then you go through another building and get to another bridge. It's really cool. It's almost like they're building towards the sky in a way. Again, that building is kind of in the right place, but not really. Yeah, I had to get out because it's really hard to look up in this game. The Bank of China Tower is here. Okay, look at that building there. That resembles a Hong Kong street, but then as soon as I turn around, there's nothing like it again. It's very frustrating. I mean, they already did a... I mean, Stranglehold did a good job. Maybe because they had John freaking Woo, directing the game, and he's from China, so he knows. Yeah, these trams are more solid than anything ever seen. Those trams are from UK, by the way. There were old trams in the UK that didn't use anymore, and they brought them here to Hong Kong. So if you're an older person who lives in the UK, you might recognize those trams. This building, it's not in Central. I've actually been in that building. There's a dentist, I think, up there. That building's in Causeway Bay. And this part looks like Central, except all the roads are much wider and longer. I wish they made a more accurate game, because they sacrificed the look and feel of Hong Kong for the mainstream open world type of mapping, which is all the roads are thick and big so you can drive really easily. But then you lose touch of what the city should look like. I mean, what annoys me the most is that because they've done so much right and correctly, that the wrong stuff gets me more annoyed. Now this one, it's nice they put in the escalators, but the escalators are far wider than what they should be, and they lead to nowhere. When I first heard of this game, I really hoped that I could go back to where I live, because I live at the top of these escalators. I wish Hong Kong was mapped out. Even if I can't get to where I live, I can still go to similar streets of, but no, the escalator here looks really right, but it just goes back down. This escalator is supposed to go up the mountain halfway up the peak, and it doesn't. Again, disappointment. I'm making this game sound really bad, but it really isn't. It isn't. If you like GTA games and you like to experience a feel of Hong Kong, then definitely get this. But don't expect to be able to go into any building at all. Don't expect for any other activities apart from a weird form of rock band light of karaoke. Let me just get a drink because my god, I've been ranting for a while. This building here is a police station, but it's meant to be a lot higher up the mountain and not in Central again. This is more like in west of Central. The fake advertisements on here in this game are good. They're definitely right, but you know, much like what people have done with GTA games, I like to have authentic adverts. Of course, the game itself can't do that. That's not their fault. But mods can. So any modders out there, this company, please release a mod toolkit so that people can change the textures and make a more authentic Hong Kong out of this game. Let people mod this game, you know. There's some very good mappers out there who've mapped amazing things for GTA and RPG games like Oblivion and more. And so let people mod this game. Then maybe they'll put a Kowloon in here. That'd be great. I'd love to see more. If you look at my channel, of course, my Digger318 channel, you'll see I've done a map in the past for Jedi Academy. Which I can't play on Windows 7 right now because it's 64-bit, which makes me really sad. Yeah, I usually don't play or crash this much. It's just because I'm recording a video. I don't really care. I don't save this game after I've killed all the pedestrians either, because here's a Hong Kong ferry pier. Now they've done it in the old sort of European style building, which is what these buildings look like because they're old buildings, but it doesn't look like that one. Nice touch here, minibus station. I don't know if there's a bus station here. I haven't seen one. I've travelled all around, but nice touch with the minibus station. These do exist. Only problem is that every single minibus says it's going to the same bloody place. And guess what? All the signposts of where the buses and minibuses are going don't actually exist in this game. We're going to take you to this place. It's not here. Consider this true crime streets of Hongi Kongi, because it's not Hong Kong. This place is Hongi Kongi. It's like a alternate reality of Hong Kong. And oh yeah, Ocean Park doesn't exist on this game. Of course Disneyland doesn't, because A, copyrights, and B, Disneyland is the west of Hong Kong on a different island. But Ocean Park is on the south of this place, and it's not here. You'd think you'd have a theme park-esque place in the video game, because for people to explore, that's the stuff you want to have in an open world game, variety. And well, it's not here, so that looks good with the harbour and all the cargoes, because that's what Hong Kong is. Hong Kong is a shipping port. Was originally is because of Victoria Harbour is so wide and the water is so deep that big ships can come in easily. Unfortunately, people are filling up the gaps and concreting more land, more money. Oh no, we're going to lose our money now because big ships can't get in. We're idiots. Oh, and you see all those tiny islands on the map. It's cool to put that there because Hong Kong does have more than 100 tiny islands surrounding it. However, there's nothing on those islands, so don't bother going there because I mean there's a few beach on the big one, but there's nothing on it. You can see some like telephone towers on them, which is a nice touch, but again, there's no point going there because you can't reach it. Oh, and swearing and rap in radio is not allowed in Hong Kong. It would be censored, so that's inaccurate also. Ooh, weird flashy textures. So I'm actually wondering if there's actual car radio customized station that you can do like in GTA, where you just put in your MP3s. I'm trying to get. I put this game settings on on the highest, so that includes the highest activity in the city. So there should be a lot of cars and people walking around. However, the streets are far too empty. I mean, not like. And as a game, you need people to drive past things, but this game needs to double the vehicle amount. This isn't really that much of a good rap song. I mean, you can't beat Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg on San Andreas, of course. Oh well. Yeah, Chinese temples. I have seen some monks just like that. But a lot of the time they're just a little bit different. But I mean, it's okay. That's okay. I mean, look at that huge mountain behind the temple. As an open world game, you expect there to be no invisible walls, but this game has a ton of it, which is very annoying. I understand if you can't walk up a really steep hill, you know. That doesn't stop you from enjoying the atmosphere of the game, but at one part I was walking, I think it's at the graveyard. Oh no. Yeah, I think at the graveyards, and you can't walk past this bush, which is shorter than your knee, because there's no jump button in this game either. But I was walking through the grass and the bush, but I can't walk past it even though I'm walking through it. I wish this game had a jump button, not that casual action button that's jump or slide across stuff. Yeah, I don't really go out beating monks. Supposedly a martial arts school as well, but none of the monks know martial arts, which is funny. In terms of accuracy, the temple is accurate enough. It's good. But I remember at the graveyard they use these pictures which look like actual pictures from gravestones and urns. I can't help but feel that be slightly disrespectful. I don't know if they use actual ones or they've created their own pictures. I hope they created their own pictures because you know, you can't really ask that person's consent to put their picture on your game. So I know you judge if that's disrespectful or not. So yeah, now I'm just walking around these shops and looking at the signposts to let's see, that says let's see. Yeah, that says that says glasses, but if you look again, it's food products. Okay, that's weird because now while that happens in Hong Kong, the steps kind of thing, they do put wooden steps so you can actually access the shop and not just a big jump. But the games forgot to do that. Okay, that's right. Oh, that makes me really hungry. I want one of those roast ducks right now. That's a nice touch. That sign says impound lot for cars, whereas it's a letting agency. I do like how this game has done layers of the buildings. In all the games, it's just one picture with the window and the stuff in the picture, whereas there is an actual glass window with the picture underneath the glass, so it gives it more three-dimensional, and that's kind of cool. Yeah, that shop right there, all the snacks and food there, that's very accurate without actually making the actual brands, so that's good too. And that says fashion, where it's model planes and model cars. It's not clothes. Yeah, those are kind of nice little touches. Because this game also forgot that a lot of shops like to group up. Like you get a street full of furniture shops or a street full of a single type of shops. This game hasn't done that. Yep. Biscuit bakery selling letting agency makes perfect sense. Again here. Clearly no one proofread the signs. Here's a nice one that I found nice. If you look back up there above, it's got sort of adverts stuck on the glass of abandoned stores. So that's a very nice touch. Recycle bin's a very nice touch, but they've only got the blue one, not the yellow and the brown one, which recycle different things. These shops look authentic. These are good. And I would love one of those soybean milk drinks from that fridge in the back right now. Also black soybean milk, that's really good as well. Tastes a bit odd at first, but you get used to it and you find it's really nice. Okay, this is a hot pot shop, which shouldn't really sell those. Should be more of a restaurant. A sign for glasses again, but no glasses shop. Okay, this is really cool. When night market kind of stuff. The stores aren't as packed close, but these shops do happen like this. But they won't sell food ones next to electronics. Electronics are with electronics. Food are with food products, and then they've mixed them together here, which doesn't make sense. P.S. Why do I want to buy ladies' bras and knickers? I'm not. I mean, if you're cross-dresser, kudos to you, but I'm not, and the character isn't, in this game. So why should we be calling that? And also, Hong Kong people aren't that open to transsexuals or cross-dressers. I guess a nice one. Giant rubbish places, which do exist. You just put rubbish in there, and trucks come along and get it. This one's nice with the expanded polystyrene box foods. The telephone booths are really accurate. I think that's the Hong Kong Telecom design. Of course, they've changed it to phone. And these are outdoor sort of basketball courts. They do exist. These are right. But those hanging posters are usually... Well, the poster here is about bad cars, but usually they should be about kids and schools and stuff. I just recall this is quite funny. Some guy walked in the street and, cars ran him over nearly. And here's the thing, look at that picture in the back. They took the picture and the chef is still there, so the chef is not moving. Surely, if you take a picture like that, cut the chef out. It's just Photoshop. Watch the shop, that's quite cool that all the watches inside are actually 3D little items. That's just me trying to look inside the bus. There's no TV screen there, which there should be. I think this is near the end of the videos now. So yeah, subscribe, take care, have a nice day, and look at my other websites. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Well, maybe not bye yet, but... oh, here's a weird thing. Look, the door doesn't shut when you're driving through things. Weird. Come on, fix this stuff.